Yes. Good day, man. Good day to the members. Good day to the TU members. My name is Thierry Shade, and I am the next future president of TU. For years, TU has been under a bad regime, underneath Judy Charles, underneath the first vice president. For years now, since 2013, Judy Charles can't get increase in salary and back pay. Workers not getting their sick leaves on time. Workers can't get a dislocation. Some workers who even had a PPE, and the union they're even fighting for them to get a PPE. This is the nonsense that is taking place underneath this present regime. Things hard. You hear Judy Charles want to raise people union dues. Why she want to raise people union dues for? And we ain't get no increase in salary and back pay yet. Some places where it have MTS workers has no shop steward, because no shop steward was provided or nominated, which by the MTS workers was. So they have no shop stewards. So you could understand the kind of hassle, heckle that the management is putting them workers through, the MTS workers. Because they had no shop stewards, they had no representation. Underneath this regime is a bad regime. Underneath the first vice president and the president general. And any member that is angry underneath this present regime, any member that is frustrated and realize that this regime underneath TU ain't doing nothing for them, they're not representing them, you have a WhatsApp group chat that you open up called TU Opposition Caucus United. Everybody who is underneath TU, we're going to unite them as one. MTS, VEMCO, MASI, PTSC. We're going to unite everybody that is underneath TU as one. Because Judy Charles is separating us. And the first vice president is not speaking out against the nonsense that Judy Charles is doing. I could understand the trustee not talking out. I could understand the general secretary not talking out. But when the first vice president not speaking out against it, then something wrong. This is not a good regime to be under. And I am frustrated about it. Because I'm passionate about helping the workers. This is why I be coming out here showing my face and talking against Kamala, talking against Roger, talking against Anisette, talking against Rowley, talking against Judy Charles, because I'm frustrated and angry. You're not seeing that with no other union leader. You're not seeing that. All them other union leaders doing is starting to take with union dues. So we're starting it here. Any member underneath TU that is frustrated at this present regime, we have a WhatsApp group chat called TU Opposition Caucus United. That is only the members that is frustrated at this present regime. We only want people there in that WhatsApp group chat who is fed up. And we don't want nobody in that WhatsApp group chat who's not fed up, because there's people right now who is agreeing with Judy Charles. There's people right now who is not speaking out against the nonsense that Judy Charles is doing. And if you're not speaking out against the nonsense that Judy Charles is doing, that means you're agreeing with she. And we don't want nobody there who is agreeing with Judy Charles. Because we will putting you out at that platform. Because there will be a lot of prominent information that will be coming out on that platform. And members that is frustrated or need to join that platform. This is TU United. This is not about MTS alone. This is not about VEMCO alone. This is not about MASI alone. This is not about PTSC alone. This is about TU United that will be bringing all the bodies in one. And I my team and I, we're going to go in there and we're going to take over the union the correct way. Which is when it have its elections, we asking the members to vote first. And I know you all go vote first because all are fed up. All are fed up at the present regime. You understand? So we're gonna pour that platform. When all see that opposition caucus united, all join it. That is only for the people that is frustrated at Judy Charles and the first vice president. Right? So talking about now, let me switch the topic now. You understand? Anybody? We're going to talk about April the 14th, 2023. 2023, right? Now it had a CC meeting Friday, right? Which is Friday, April the 14th, 2023. And in that CC meeting, the CC allowed Judy Charles to take control of the meeting and mash it up. Why would the CC allow Judy Charles to take over the meeting and mash it up when the CC is more powerful than the President General? Two things what go on there. Is it that the CC do not know their own constitution and they don't know that them more powerful than the President General? Or the whole damn CC is in agreement with Judy Charles? That had to be it. So right now, this whole union need a revamp. It need a clean slate. This whole union. Why does the CC don't have a meeting and say, here what's going on? Let me go and tell you workers to shut down the place so we can get an increase in salary and their back pay. People want the money. It says 2013 workers waiting for the increase in salary and their back pay. Why is that going on? Why the CC don't have a meeting and say, let me mobilize you, the workers? You know why the CC don't have a meeting to say that? Because they know that, hey, them don't know their constitution. See this here? This is the constitution. You understand? This is something all I have to get and read. Read all the constitution to know it. The CC do not know the constitution. That's why the CC allowed Judy Charles to take control of the meeting and mash it up. The CC could have said, Judy Charles, since 2016 you have no financial audit. You're not good enough. The books not lining up. You understand? You telling you banning workers from coming up in the union hall. Judy Charles banned me from coming in the union hall. When I went in the union hall the other day, the security telling me I banned from coming in the union hall. The CC had a lot of grounds to say that Judy Charles not doing what she's supposed to do. Every year supposed to have an annual congress. When last Judy Charles had an annual congress, them is the grounds that the CC could have pulled and say, here what's going on? Judy Charles is unfit. We go and have caretakers. You step down, you leave here. And put caretakers until the elections. But when they see the CC and doing that, and they're allowing Judy Charles to do she nonsense, it's because two things. The CC do not know their constitution, or all of the CC was in agreement with Judy Charles. Judy Charles want a loan for $1 million. In that CC meeting, Judy Charles asked for a loan for $1 million. If that is not madness, then I don't know what is. Why it is TU do not have $1 million in their bank account to refurbish the hall? Judy Charles wants a loan for $1 million to refurbish the hall. Why TU does not have $1 million in their bank account to refurbish the hall? Where the money gone? None of the CC members that have the brilliant minds ain't ask you that question. Judy Charles, where the money gone? Nobody asked you that. Well, then here what we have to do. We have that the whole of the CC, it needs a revamp. We need a fresh CC. We need to have fresh branch presidents. We need to have a fresh let's call them executive members. The I forget the name because it's three committees that does make up the CC, right? Which is the the industrial relations officer, right? The industrial relations officer, the executives, and the branch presidents. Them is what does make up the CC. And if none of them knows their own constitution, well then something is wrong. Why it is Judy Charles want a loan for $1 million? And here's the next question. If Judy Charles know elections is right around the corner, why would she want a loan for $1 million? Is it because Judy Charles amend certain laws in the constitution? Like how the PSA had it the other day, where they didn't have a general election. They didn't want to have a general election, but they just want to have a special Congress or to handpick special delegates, knowing that the majority of the handpicked delegates would vote back in the president in power. But again, it is only if it is in our constitution, then Judy Charles could do that. So she's amending the constitutions with certain CC members because she can't amend the constitution just so. It had to have CC people involved. So whoever is agreeing with Judy Charles on the CC, we go make them out. We gonna know who all is, and we go make them out. So the another reason why Judy Charles want to borrow that $1 million loan is because Judy Charles knows she gonna win the election. And why would Judy Charles know she gonna win the elections? It's two things. Is either because she might want to rig the elections, or she know that she don't need a general elections to win. She just need a special delegates, handpick the people who supporting she, and them go vote she back in office. And if that happens, anytime Judy Charles win the elections again, and asking everybody to drop out this union, everybody needs to drop out of the TU union because it's not making sense. You understand? Since 2016, no financial audit. The CC ain't bring up that. Judy Charles want a loan for $1 million. Where the money in TU go on? How come TU have $1 million? Nobody in the CC bring up that. Them just allow Judy Charles to go on a rampage and say what she had to say and mash up the meeting. Nah, that ain't good enough. The first vice president, he quiet. And if the first vice president may want to stand up to say something, the people won't listen to him because they respect him. Because he's too quiet. He need to come out and be vocal. Come out on a public platform. Go on TV6, go on CNC3 and bad talk your President General and say the President General doing nonsense. Then the people go start to respect you. But you're not doing that. So even if you stand up in a CC meeting to talk, you won't get no respect. Because the people don't respect you. Because you're not doing your job as the first vice president. And that is what's going on. Elections coming up, you know. The election bell had to ring, you know. Judy Charles had to say, when is the elections, you know. But she frightened to say it because she know I and my team going and win. You understand? And one thing I must say, I must pick up Gail Balaran. Because I know if Gail Balaran was the first vice president at TU, Gail Balaran would have never allowed that nonsense to happen in the CC meeting Friday gone. Because Gail Balaran would have pulled back that meeting as the first vice president. Because right now, I could tell a Gail Balaran genuinely wants to fix TU. Because that woman have a genuine heart. And she has a genuine soul. Gail Balaran really wants to fix TU. But with certain people inside of the union, she can't fix it with them. Because there's snakes. There's Nimakaram. But she find somebody. She find the spirit of butler. It was Roman. And she find Thierry Shade. And Gail Baran and I together, we go and organize a slate. And we go and fix TU. Because right now, TU needs fixing. Because when they ask the people on the ground, the members, they have no faith again in the union. They have none. So if the union now tell them to come out and make a stand, they will not come out. Because they have no faith in them. Because why the members see that the union is a sellout. If you as a shop steward, you can't tell the workers, well, they know you have no boots, so you have to sit down. No! You have to push it in the head to make them sit down, or go and tell whoever manager, or go and tell whoever supervisor that, hey, I tell the worker to sit down because he had no boots. That is your role and functions as a shop steward. If a worker have a grievance, you can't tell the worker to go and write out a grievance and get it. No, you as the shop steward have to go and type out the worker grievance. And you as the shop steward have to put the worker grievance in writing for him. That is your job as a shop steward. It is in the constitution. It's in the constitution. I'm making it up. But again, the workers have no faith in this union because they're seeing something wrong. If I as a worker and I can't read and write, you go tell me to go and type out a grievance or write out a grievance. You as the shop steward have to hear my grievance and write it out and then go and type it out. That in the constitution. So this whole union needs a revamp. It needs a change. And I and Gail Ballaran, we're going to organize a slate and we're going to fix TU. Every shop steward has to get training. Every shop steward must get training because apparently Judy Charles not sending the shop stewards to training. That is why they don't know. And it must have a day where the shop stewards have to come in and tell us about the Constitution. Because the shop stewards must know the Constitution as well as the collective agreement. We can't just assume they know the Constitution and the collective agreement. We must make up a date where the shop steward and them coming in and they're talking about the Constitution. You understand? That way everybody will have it in their brain. About Article 22, Article 19, Rule 19. You understand? Rule 22 about disciplinary in the Constitution. Rule 19 in the Constitution about the books. Getting to see the books. They must know about it. You understand? So that is what it is we're going to do. We're going to fix TU. And for the people who like to talk and say, well, Shade, he never had no experience. Shade had no qualifications. Let me go back to the pioneer. Right? Or let's say Shade had no qualifications, he had no experience, he was no shop steward or nothing like that. Let me go back to the pioneer. The pioneer could not read. The pioneer don't have no qualifications, which is Buzz Butler. All Buzz Butler had was the passion. The qualifications came in afterwards. Buzz Butler had the passion to fix the workers and them. Make them get an increase in salary, make them get a PP. Buzz Butler had a passion for the workers. And that is why you need to start it. Right now, all these people and them who going in as the president and general secretary, all they have is the brains. They have the qualification, but they don't have the passion. They don't have the drive. That is why they're not talking out against the nonsense what Judy Charles doing, because they just have the brains. I ain't saying they don't need qualifications. You need qualifications. But what started Buzz Butler and his drive that everybody who have qualifications today could talk about him and they could look back at him and follow his footsteps at what he do, is because Buzz Butler had the passion first, then the qualification scheming afterwards. But for the people who say no qualifications, I am being trained right now. Right now, presently, I am being trained. And when I get in, I'm going to get more training too. So qualifications will come because I am presently being trained. And when I get in as the President General, qualifications is going to come in. But you can't have somebody who only know qualification, but they do have the passion, they do have the drive. Because right now, look at the first Vice President. The first Vice President frightened to talk against Judy Charles. Because why? He don't have the passion. He don't have the drive. He just had the qualifications. Look at all them branch presidents that frightened to come on a public platform and talk against Judy Charles, or go on CNC3 or TV6 and talk against she. It's because they just had the qualifications. They don't have the passion and they don't have the drive. Well, the pioneer Buzz Butler, he didn't have no qualifications. He didn't start it off with qualifications. He just had the passion and the drive. He couldn't read. The man just had passion and the drive. And that is what made him become high in the ranks. That even people today can look back at Buzz Butler and see what he did and follow after his footsteps. Because why? He had to have that passion and drive first. So the people who talk about I have no qualifications and this and no qualifications and that nonsense. Buzz Butler didn't have it. He didn't have that. He started off with the passion and the drive. But just to let you know, right now I am being trained. I am being trained right now. And when I get in as the President General, I'm going to get more training. Right? So all that people who talk about qualifications, kill that talk, kill it dead. Because the pioneer didn't have that. Just had the passion and the drive. You understand? And his experience came in afterwards. His experience came in. And look at that. Look at where he reached. Because of he had experience. When the first trade union movement started up, the first union started up, they did not have experience with grievances. They didn't have experience with negotiations, because it was the first time negotiating. It was the first time with grievances. When the first union started up in Trinidad, they did not have experience. So what I'm talking about, I had no experience. Experience is going to come. Everybody does now start out somewhere. When a doctor now leaves school and go in Port of Spain hospital, he does not have no experience, but he'll still be a doctor though. He'll still cut open your foot and do surgery on you. He'll still do open heart surgery because he had to get the experience. You understand? They won't just let him start off from small and doing cut open your toe. He's a heart doctor, so he had to start with the heart. You understand? That's how it does be. When a midwife now come out of school to be a midwife, and she must deliver a baby, she know the nurse don't know no experience, ain't get no experience in delivering baby, but they had to start somewhere. They had to start somewhere and get that experience. You understand? And that is what's going on right now. Everybody had to start somewhere. The first union that started up in Trinidad and Tobago did not have no experience with negotiations. They did not have no experience with grievances. But they start somewhere and they make it. They make it happen. They succeeded even though it was the first time with grievances and negotiations. They succeeded. And that is what I'm going to do. That is what I, Thierry, going to do as the President General. I am going to succeed. All I am asking for is for all the support. Vote me in as the next President General of TU. And I will take TU forward. I will take TU further. I will bring it into the days of how Joe Young had it. where TU had no kind of corruption, no kind of malice and enviousness and biasness, no kind of thieving. I will bring it back into the days of how Joe Young had it. I will bring it forward. I am a team. We go push it forward. So comrades, I want to say, forward ever, backwards never.